incinerators, and now we have proof. A Navy contract was just released showing the Navy is managing the construction of a massive network of immigration detention centers across the nation. And what's included in the contract is extremely disturbing. It describes tent cities that can hold 10,000 people each with a specific provision for biohazard incinerators under the medical and death section. That means they are specifically planning for death and choosing to burn the evidence right there on site. The reason DHS is paying the Navy $55 billion for this is so they can get this nationwide network of giant detention centers with infrastructure for handling death built as quickly as possible. And they tried to do it quietly by updating the Navy's existing contract to make this deal instead of creating a new contract specifically for this. Here are my sources if you want more information. ICE is buying Incinerator.
Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to our powers. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rucha HaKodash. Hey, give it up an honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that have taught us this truth, that are constantly ruling well through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Hey, peace, mercy, and blessings to all the beloved brothers that are out there pushing this word wholeheartedly in truth and in sincerity, that are not wavering to the left nor to the right. But constantly staying on that straight and narrow, fighting for your crowns in these last days that we are truly living in. Even Shalom to the few sisters, the Aquavs, those that are listening and learning in silence as the scriptures command you to do so, as well as the Israelite foreigners, those that may look like the other nations, but their seed line is going back into our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I'm the brother Ira, coming back with another lesson to the Lord willing, edifying, feed the lambs of the Lord, which I do pray this lesson is edifying to the Lord's elect. Alright, as I'm doing this in transit, I just wanted to just speak on a few things concerning the type of times that we are in. Alright, as we always bring up the time of Jacob's trouble that is spoken about in the book of Daniel, chapter 12, verse 1. As well as Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7, okay? It will be a time like never before seen, okay? And the government that you Jakes believe in, okay, America, Babylon the Great, the ones that are ruling over us, all right? These are the plans that they have of exterminating you, okay? And all the information is coming out, all right? Because why? These Edomites know that they have but a short time, okay? All right, we constantly bring out Revelation chapter 12, verse 12, all right? So he's getting ready to come down upon the inhabitants with what? Great wrath, okay? All right, and a part of the New World Order is one of the slogans, no mercy, okay? All right, so these warehouses that they're buying up and they're getting ready to start putting Incinerator up in them, all right? They're getting ready to burn all the bodies that they delete, okay? All right, and you know, they had those stones that they destroyed, the Georgia Guidestones, which one of the main subjects on those stones was limiting the population from what, billions to the millions. They want to bring everybody down to 500 million, all right, worldwide. Okay, that's a lot of death. Okay, that they're getting ready to try to orchestrate in the world. Okay, all right. So what we're seeing and hearing about in the news, these are all the beginning of sorrows, as the Bible speaks about. Okay, we're gonna watch this video as well, right, but we're in those times where you got to get yourself right with Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, okay? That's your only hope of making it. That's your only hope of getting out of this chaos and this destruction, okay? All right, or being shielded to be able to have the mindset to endure through it, okay? So let's watch some of this video as well.
To become ICE concentration camps. Okay, I believe the number we came across in the articles we read, it was 23 different former warehouses that are becoming concentration camps. NPR even reported on one of these places where it's like the town's storage facility, and the federal government is just taking it, they're just stealing it, and they're going, this is ours now, and they're going to turn that into a concentration camp, and the town is like, wait, excuse me, what are you talking about, what are you going to do? That's insane. Well, apparently Migrant Insider has this new article out, and Pablo Reports, the Twitter account, he does phenomenal work on this. It's his reporting, and there's this other mechanism that they're using by which they're basically increasing the funding massively. So they have this colossal budget to build out these like ghost concentration camps around the country. Now this should scare everybody to fucking death, okay? We already know this regime sent people to CICOT in El Salvador. Well, guess what? There's detailed reporting. People were raped and tortured there. They were raped and tortured. They were so desperate, they cut their hands, were bleeding, and would write messages into their on their sheets with the blood from their hand. This is a nightmare. This is an absolute nightmare, what we're talking about. Not only that, they also had Alligator Alcatraz, which many people, I think, were correctly calling Alligator Auschwitz. Now, I believe that was eventually shut down by the courts. But it was, this big, long legal battle. And about 4,000 immigrants are missing after being sent to Alligator Auschwitz. 4,000. 4,000. And nobody...
All right, and, they started with the Northern Kingdom. All these migrants coming in, criminals, this, that, and the third, right? Which was all part of the plan, okay? To allow people to come in, which would also allow for different military men from other nations to come in so that they can orchestrate a great big terrorist attack on their own U.S. soil to justify them bringing more hell upon the American people, okay? Which is why you're hearing a lot about, what's going on between the U.S. and Iran, okay? Shutting the grid down, okay? And creating some false narrative, which, we're expecting something big to happen real soon, okay? All right, if it be the Lord's will, it can happen within this year, But, they're not only just coming after the migrants, the so-called Spanish-speaking tribes, they're coming after Judah as well, okay? And they're detaining really anybody, okay? So we're in those times, man, that anything can happen to you. You could just disappear and nobody knows where you're at. And that's what happened to majority of these people that got taken to these locations. They were found at work. They were found at the grocery store. They might have went to some type of game. Might have been at their son's soccer game, daughter's soccer game, okay? And then got detained, And we're talking about women as well. And just like he said, a lot of women in here were getting oh man.